GrumpaDwarf at your service. Dragon!
After Joshua commended the 2 1/2 tribes for their loyalty and obedience, he gave them leave to go across the Jordan into the land of their possession. And then we read this in Joshua 22:10. When they came unto the borders of Jordan that are in the land of Canaan, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by Jordan, a great altar to see to. These 2 1/2 tribes built a massive altar right there by the Jordan River. That act nearly caused a devastating civil war in the nation. The rest of the chapter tells us that when the 9 1/2 tribes on the western side of the river realized what the 2 1/2 tribes on the eastern side of the river had done, they immediately gathered for war. They were not going to have the 2 1/2 tribes going into idolatry and worshiping some false god on a false altar. There was just one problem. That was not what the altar was for. They had jumped to a conclusion, and their conclusion was completely false. The 2 1/2 tribes on the eastern side of the river quickly explained why they had built the altar. They were worried that since the Jordan River now stood between them and the rest of the nation, future generations on that far side of the river would think that they were not actually part of the nation and would not let their children and grandchildren come across the river to worship the Lord. They built the altar as a testimony and a symbol to the fact that they too were Israelites. They too were worshipers of Jehovah God. When the rest of the nation realized this, the war was averted. But why did a war almost take place to begin with? One reason. People jumped to a conclusion. Proverbs 18:13. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is a folly and shame unto him. Do be very, very afraid of jumping to conclusions. People who jump to conclusions tend to fall on their face a lot and do damage to themselves and others along the way.